When people hear Japan's worst slum, they usually think of danger, poverty, or crime. So when we accidentally booked an Airbnb in Nishinari Ward, Osaka's most notorious neighborhood, we had no idea what to expect. Nishinari has a reputation. It's been called the rough side of Osaka, a place tourists are told to avoid. But what we found here was something completely different. Our Airbnb was right across from the entrance to the red light district. Sounds intimidating, right? But in reality, it was one of the most peaceful and quiet places we stayed at. Sure, the area is a bit rough around the edges. The streets weren't spotless like in Nimba or Umida, but everyone we met was polite and no one bothered us, even when we walked around late at night. We walked through the red light district several times a week to go to the Kills Mall for lunch or dinner, and honestly, it felt safe. No one approached us, no one shouted. The entire neighborhood was rather quiet most of the time, just the occasional sirens echoing in the distance. Nishinari is home to Osaka's working class, day laborers, and many elderly residents who've lived here for decades. There's a sense of community here. It's simple, grounded, and very real. And if you're curious, yes, it's just a short walk to Shinsekai and Q's Mall, one of the area's modern shopping centers. So you get this mix of gritty streets and city convenience right next to each other. Our Airbnb apartment was tiny but charming. It was clean, cozy, and surprisingly quiet. Despite being steps away from the red light district, nights were calm, and we literally had our best nights of sleep there. Our Airbnb is on the second floor of this newly constructed apartment building, and the host actually left some umbrellas for people to use. And when you come in, it's a very narrow hallway. And of course, the first thing you do is to take your shoes off. And we had this clothes rack that currently we just have towels hanging there, but we used it to dry our clothes. And come over here, you will see our kitchen / get ready / washer area. So we had this nice sink that we used to brush our teeth, and we had a nice washer and a tea kettle. We also had a powerful microwave, and we had this little fridge. It's not big, but it does have a freezer on it. We were able to store some of the vegetables and breads and butters and things like that we used to cook in the fridge. And coming over here, you have the kitchen. We have a really nice vent and also a light and an induction stove top. And the host also provided cookware, dishes. We did have to buy a couple of forks, but there were knives, spoons, and chopsticks there. There were no cooking oil or seasonings, which is fine because we like to buy our own anyway. So we did get some salt and pepper, soy sauce, and cooking oil. And the sink is quite nice. We had this drying rack here, but I did have to buy this little thing from Daiso to dry our utensils. The small window actually does open. However, it was really hot when we were there, so we just kept it closed. The host is really cute. They put all these little decorations around the apartment. And coming over here is the bathroom area. We have a nice soaking tub. We said we were going to use it, but never did. And also, again, she puts these cute little things all over the house, and we really appreciate that. They provided us with shampoo, conditioner, as well as body wash throughout our stay, and also toilet paper. In this Airbnb, the toilet is actually in a separate room. It's a tiny little room, but it has a very nice toilet. It's one of those Japanese toilets. When you're sitting on the toilet, your knees are hitting the door. It was not bad. It was very sufficient and also very clean. So this is basically our everything area besides the sleeping area. So this is the room that we slept in. We had 2 beds, and this one is a full-size bed, I think. It's not big enough for 2 grown adults. So I slept in that bed, and Jim slept in this bed, which is a twin-size bed. We didn't have anywhere to work, really. We had a small coffee table. We didn't have a closet in this Airbnb, but there were some coat hanging knobs on the wall, so that's kind of where I just hung my clothes. There was a small little TV. We did actually watch the TV. We connected our laptop to the TV, watched some shows. In fact, we watched the entire season of Shogun on that TV. And also there was a basket of emergency supplies just in case of earthquake. Again, we're filming this on a travel day, so everything is packed up. And we also had a very nice air conditioner, and it worked fabulously. So the price for this Airbnb for 4 weeks, it was $1,083. That was a good price for Japan. Again, we weren't in the best neighborhood, but it was safe, and our apartment was clean and quiet. So we really liked it. So is Nishinari dangerous? From our experience, not at all. It's a little bit gritty, sure, but it's also authentic, honest, and peaceful in its own way. Sometimes the places people warn you about end up being the ones that surprise you the most. Would we stay here again? Absolutely. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy spending some time with us in Japan's most notorious neighborhood. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us on our journey around the world. Until next time, thank you for traveling with us.